A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant show of solidarity, a coalition of European nations has rallied behind Ukraine, emphasizing that the ongoing conflict cannot reach a resolution without the direct involvement of Kyiv. This statement comes as U.S. President Donald Trump prepares for a highly anticipated meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, scheduled for August 15th in Alaska. The European leaders, including the heads of France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Finland, the United Kingdom, and the President of the European Union, issued a joint declaration asserting that the path to peace in Ukraine cannot be decided without Ukraine. This strong message highlights the necessity for a just and lasting peace for the war-torn nation, which includes robust and credible security guarantees. The coalition reiterated that Ukraine has the autonomy to determine its own future, stressing that meaningful negotiations can only occur in the context of a ceasefire or reduction of hostilities. The leaders expressed their commitment to the principle that international borders should not be altered by force. This statement from European leaders comes in the wake of Trump's announcement regarding his one-on-one meeting with Putin, which has raised concerns about potential territorial compromises that could pressure Ukraine into ceding land. Following weeks of U.S. pressure on Russia to agree to a ceasefire, the upcoming summit marks the first face-to-face encounter between an American leader and Putin since the onset of the full-scale invasion of Ukraine in early 2022. While Trump has indicated a willingness to meet jointly with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and Putin, the current arrangement remains bilateral at Putin's request. Trump has also suggested that a peace deal might involve some swapping of territories, which has been met with resistance from Zelensky. The Ukrainian president has firmly rejected any notion of ceding land, stating that Ukraine will not reward Russia for its aggression. This sentiment was echoed in the European leaders' statement, which emphasized that the current line of contact should serve as the starting point for negotiations. Zelensky expressed gratitude for the support from European allies, asserting that any peace deal that excludes Ukraine would ultimately fail. Meanwhile, U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance met with top European and Ukrainian officials to discuss strategies for ending the conflict. The upcoming Trump-Putin meeting is viewed as potentially pivotal, yet the stark differences between Moscow's and Kyiv's conditions for peace raise doubts about its effectiveness in halting the ongoing violence. A month-long U.S.-led initiative to achieve a truce has yielded little progress, with Kyiv open to negotiations while Moscow remains adamant about its demands, including territorial concessions and limitations on Ukraine's military capabilities. As the deadline for additional sanctions on Russia looms, the White House has not provided clarity on potential measures should Russia fail to move toward a settlement. The Kremlin has reiterated its demands for Ukraine to abandon its NATO aspirations and accept restrictions on its military in exchange for a withdrawal of Russian troops. Zelensky has made it clear that Ukraine will not concede any land to the occupier, and Ukrainian officials have indicated a willingness to recognize the reality of lost territories, but formal cession remains off the table. The complexities of the situation continue to unfold as global leaders seek to navigate the path toward peace in Ukraine. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.